Okay, let's talk for a second about payment methods or credit policies. Well, depending on whether you're dealing with the public at large or whether you're dealing with businesses, if you're starting a business, you're going to have to determine what your payment and credit policy is going to be. So let's start with credit policy first. Generally with individuals, you're not going to extend credit personally. Okay, you're going to use some third-party intermediary. That means you're going to accept credit cards of some form. And while this takes the burden or risk of extending credit off of you and puts it on the third-party intermediary, you pay a price for that. To allow the customer to use credit. That is, you pay a percentage of the value of sales. Now, credit card rates will vary between 1 and 4% of the purchase value for each transaction. Okay, so in choosing the type of credit cards that you're willing to accept and things of that nature, it's important to look at the different terms of use, etc. You can also look at your customer pool and say, what is the most common forms of payment that they use? Is it Visa? Is it MasterCard? Should we go with Discover or American Express or some other form of card? Now, traditionally, businesses would enter into a relationship directly with these credit servicing companies, like a bank backed by Visa or something like that. Well, in today's market, traditionally, in today's market, sellers of goods to consumers are using third-party intermediaries that simply act to collect credit card payments from Visas or other forms like that. So you only have to set up a central account with them. Now, the biggest examples obviously are PayPal, and then some of the larger players now in the market are QuickBooks or Intuit, which allows for customers to make payment, and Intuit or PayPal charges the individual's credit cards and then acts as the intermediary and provides the funds to the seller, to your business. So that's a viable option. So you should think about that. Now, if you're dealing with customers through your website and you don't have a brick and mortar business, you're going to need to make arrangements for individuals to be able to pay online. Okay, and again, Intuit and PayPal offer these types of services, but there are numerous other third-party intermediaries who will provide plugins or apps or things like that where individuals can make payment via a website. So again, these are your options, and this is relatively simple, simply picking a well-respected or trusted intermediary to use in accepting payments. Now, if you're dealing with businesses or B2B, as they say, you're probably going to extend personal credit. That is, if you make sales to other businesses, you're going to have a policy in place for their payment. Now, generally that'll be a 30 or 60 or 90-day policy. It's very rare that a business dealing with another business has immediate payment requirements the way you would with individual consumers. So you have to think about what would best incentivize the businesses with whom you're dealing to make prompt and quick payment, because given the time value of money and cash flow concerns, other businesses will try to delay the payment as long as possible. And while generally you could put a punishment there that the longer credit is extended, a general interest or increased amount starts to run, generally businesses do it in the opposite. You give a discount if individuals pay early. For example, 5 net 30 would mean 5% discount on the amount owed if the other business pays the full amount within 30 days. And you could extend that to 60 or 90 days, however. But it's important to examine your type of industry, your type of customer, and come up with a payment and credit policy that works, okay? Of course, you can always accept the traditional means of cash, certified check. You'll have to come up with a policy as to whether you accept personal checks from individuals or business accounts. And then again, you'll set up with third-party intermediaries to take debit card and credit card payments. And those are the primary considerations, and given your specific industry, you may have some specific considerations, but don't forget to start out with a plan and put that in there, or at least do a decision tree as to what would be the benefits, the cost, etc. of dealing with a certain type of payment.